You've lost your damn minds. You must have spent all your budget on the DCT. Brian, would you like some Cool Whip? Who wants to hear my Scooby-Doo laugh? Okay, it doesn't come across on the helmet, obviously, and I can't open my mouth wide enough. Well, good morning, everybody. We're out for another first ride impressions video. Might be the last first ride impressions video. It's really hard to get hold of bikes to ride. People are like, what do you want it for? Oh, I want to buy one. And then they want to credit check the shit out of you. What the hell? Yeah, so we're doing a first ride impressions video. Do you know what bike we're on? Who can tell? Okay, the mirror's undone straight away. I'm on an auto. I'm on a scooter, essentially. I'm on a big off-road scooter. A very big off-road scooter. Does that give you a better idea what I'm on? Oh, this is a beast. This is a ginormous beast. So first ride impressions, like I said. I'll pull over somewhere up ahead and see if I can find somewhere to give you a tour of this little beastie, because I would ordinarily do it at the dealer, but I kind of got a bit flustered. And why did you get flustered, you might ask, DT? Well, I got flustered because I'm on a DCT, DT. I'm on a DT. Okay, forget it. I'm actually really nervous. You might be able to tell by my voice. So thank you to Sheldon Motorcycles, Coventry/Birmingham, in Sheldon, because they have been kind enough to let me ride this beastie. This is the 2017 Honda Africa Twin. Yeah, so this is, oh, a dirty one, the 2017 Honda Africa Twin DCT. It looks rather snazzy, I think you'll agree. Yeah, I could really get down with this. I'll do some more information on it. It's just got a brand new tyre on it, apparently. It's got a Metis on the rear, an EO7, and on the front it's got a Metis, whatever that is. Can't read that right. Enduro. So it might say E something or other on it as well. But yeah, it's kind of snazzy, isn't it? Looks kind of nice. Yeah. Easy to get on and off, actually. I've watched a lot of videos, and everyone struggle. A lot of people struggle. I have to say, I don't feel like I struggled at all there. We're in neutral. All we're going to do is press the start button, and then we're going to press the D button, and then we're going to let it off. And we're just going to coast nice and gently, both feet up. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You know, I'm sure, same with everything, I'm going to run out of power soon. I'm going to go, oh, I need to be a bit quicker. But that's only because I got used to it. It is plenty quick enough, that is for sure. We're just going to go for a little blast past Birmingham City Airport. It's really odd when you're on a different bike, trying to remember where everything is. And obviously I've just literally got on it, and this, like I say, is the first ride impressions. Let's pop it into manual. Let's drop a couple of cogs. Well, it definitely picks up the speed well. That's for sure. But it is a windy place. Like, it's a proper windy place. It's far more windy than the Shiver is. And I think it's because of the screen and the fairing. And for those of you that have moaned about my previous videos, where I wasn't too thorough enough on my first ride impressions, not review video, what is there to say? Well, it's definitely got a good turn of pace. When you get on the gas, it is instant. It's doing the clutching, not me. So I haven't got that bit where I maybe would rev it harder and ride the clutch out a little bit, which you probably shouldn't do, but that's how I ride. Pop it into neutral, shall we? Brake lever's got a nice feel, hasn't got a clutch. Front end is stiff. This DCT gearbox is kind of nuts. So I was watching Brett Cax and he was saying, hold it on the brake. So hold it on the brake and you feel the bike bog down, and then use the brake as the clutch, the rear brake. And I thought, that sounds silly. It actually sounds, and now I've done it, it actually makes perfect sense. So if I give it a little bit of revs, come on lights, I can feel the back end of the bike kick down. And then just let the brake off and it doesn't clunk. It's definitely smooth, and you got to remember I'm on off-road tyres here. These aren't your average Pirelli Diablo Rosso 500s, or whatever they're called. I'm not on them, I'm on off-road tyres, and it feels pretty good. It's a different type of wind to the Shiver. It's definitely much more windy. Come on. Get some throttle. We're only in regular D mode, so we're in commuter mode essentially. Bloody hell, that is windy around the old lid. I can feel it shaking my chin. Zuh. But man, does it feel planted. Yeah, man, does it feel planted. The turning is perfect. I mean, I'm in 6th gear, so it's not like I've knocked it down a couple of gears to try and get in sport mode. Let's overtake the lorry and get blown off by the wind. So at the minute, this is everything that the CB500X was lacking for me. Because what I needed was some more power and more, maybe a bit more weight. But then again, this suspension is probably what is sucking up the bumps more rather than the weight of the bike. But the weight of the bike obviously does help making it more stable. Oh, speed camera. That front brake is keen, shall we say? It is keen. DCT. So the reality is, could I ride this every day? Could I ride this, sorry, to the green lanes and do the green laning? Well, I can't test the green laning capabilities now because they haven't given me permission, dispensation to go and do that. I should have gone around that roundabout. Yeah, they haven't given me the ability to do that because I don't know where I am really in the world, so I don't know if there's any lanes here or not. But the 6th gear pull is really, really good. And it's already much more quiet up here. I can hear myself quite clearly, although I haven't got my earplugs in. Nope. Yeah, the wind protection compared to the Shiver and the CB500X actually is better for your body. I can't feel it on my body at all, but I can feel it channeling down the sides of my head, and that is quite quite buffety, shall we say. Right, do I come off here and then try and go round if I can? Yeah. Seating position is amazing. It is spot on. It is exactly how I want to be sitting. It's just kind of like my KTM but better. The throttle response is spot on. Brakes are spot on. Oh crap, I don't know what the speed limit is, but those brakes don't half work well. And the benefit of this DCT is I haven't used a clutch. I haven't actually had to change gear. I haven't had to knock it down. I mean, I can pop it into manual now, and I can go, oh god, that's first, not first. That's third. So I've knocked it into third in manual. Indicators. That is going round the roundabout perfectly. Oh man, it is so composed. It actually leans in kind of by itself, like it wants to lie down. See what the overtake's like. Nothing wrong with that. And you don't have to let off the throttle. Okay, so I'm like a bit of a kid in a sweet shop now, and because I don't do scripted, everything I do is unrehearsed and unscripted. I am genuinely kerfuzzled. There you go. That's the only word I can think of is kerfuzzled. I'm genuinely kerfuzzled right now. I don't even know what to say apart from this bike feels amazing already. Yeah, I can feel a bit of vibration in my arse. Tyres. I can feel a bit of vibration in my hands. Probably tyres. But this is such a good riding position. The wind isn't crippling me on my helmet. And I might even get rid of that fairing and just put a short one on, a short sport one on, and take the wind slightly more on my chest rather than just my head. If I take it off my chest and my head, it's more evenly distributed, it won't be such a load. I could see myself having one of these. I genuinely couldn't see myself having the 390 Adventure or the CB500X. And that's no disrespect to anybody. I know a lot of you have got the right arse with me, and that's fair enough. We're human beings, you're allowed to disagree with what I think. You know, that's the benefit of being a human being and having a brain and being a sentient being. If it works for you, more power to you. Crack on, get on it. Ignore what I'm saying. But for people who it's not right for, I'm sure they'd agree that yes, it's not right for them. Anyway, where was I? Right, so let's talk about this bike. This bike is the 2017 Africa Twin DCT model. So that's an automatic for you non-Africa Twin people. It means there's no clutch. Look, there's no clutch. That's a parking brake. Must be an American law thing or a European one. Yeah, that's a parking brake. Because you can't leave it in gear on hill, I guess. Maybe you can't turn it off, or it turns itself out of neutral or puts itself into neutral when you turn the key. There are so many buttons here that, in all honesty, I don't really know what to do with them. I've got a light one, and I've got a select one, and I've got a set one. I've got a horn one. Oh, that's nice. And then I've got an ABS one that turns ABS off to the back wheel, because that's a button, so you don't have to do a setting. And then I've got a G. Now, from some of the reviews I watched, that is for gravel. So you hit the off-road, press that button in, and it will give you a slightly different setup when it comes to your power curve and all that sort of stuff. Don't like the indicator switch. The indicator switch is garbage. Feels like trash. There's an automatic and a manual button, plus a hazard button. And then you've got D, S and N. D is drive, obviously. S is as yet undisclosed. And then N is neutral, obviously. And neutral comes in very handy when you sit on the lights. So you don't have that clutch continually engaged or holding off engaging. Right, so I only had it briefly for a few minutes. So I'm going to take it back now and give it back to the good chaps. And say thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sheldon Motorcycles. I'll show you when we pull up outside anyway who they are. They've been kind enough to give me this. I can't obviously give you any off-road opinions on it. I can tell you that it feels quite nice when you're standing up in the standing position. Oh God, you've got to be very careful when you pull that throttle. Very careful. And if you pull that throttle and you don't give it the beans, it starts to shift up. Which is why you've got those different modes, I guess, and why you've got the ability to do manual. Because it's in 6th now, but if I click that, it's not in D anymore, and then I click the down button, 5th, 4th. And then I just press the A, and it clicks back into drive mode, which it says underneath the 4, that's the gear selector, or the gear indicator even, not selector. Speedo above with attack, with your rev counter. It's telling me my MPG is 65. It must be my current. I'll be honest, that screen is not the best. The shiver is far more clear. In sunlight, it was worse going down the other way down this road, but I mean, it's legible now. We're in the dark. I've got a dark visor on, but it is. Look, I've got a dark visor on, but it is quite not illegible. I'm not going to go so far as to say illegible, but it is difficult to see. But good lord, what a cool bike! I mean, Honda. You know what? Hats off to Honda, because there's not many people doing automatic bikes, and especially when it comes to an automatic off-road, on-road adventure bike. That's quite something when you think about it. That is quite outstanding that they can do that. They can make this bike an automatic. Well, a semi-auto as well as an auto, because you've then got trigger shifters as well. I mean, I can totally understand why somebody new to off-roading could maybe get themselves into some bother. You have to be so gentle with the throttle, and if you are stood up or sat down and you are off-road, it can be very difficult to be gentle with the throttle. But you can overcome having a slightly snatchy throttle hand with a bit of clutching. So when you're off-road, you would generally ride the clutch. This is going to ride the clutch for you, but you've got to remember to stay on that brake to do it. So it's a different way of thinking, I guess, different way of riding. But I think I'm up to the challenge. Well, I would be if they'd let me take it off-road anyway. See, that was much better then. I literally was a millimetre of throttle, and that was enough to engage the drivetrain and us set off down the road. This is going to be quite the learning curve, I have to say, but I'm already getting the hang of it, as you've just seen. Come on, traffic, out the way. I'm too hot for traffic. I need to get some airflow. What we got, a bus? That's it, just a tiny little bit of throttle there. And then dragging the back brake. Okay, so balance. Right, that's the thing I always do as well. So I would use, because it just occurred to me now, I would ride the clutch or slip the clutch. And that would keep the engine going. So I have to keep the back brake on and rev the motor to get the centrifugal force of the engine as a balance. Yeah, that's going alright actually. Let's stand up, see how that feels. These pegs are horrible for standing up. They're not horrible, but they're just a little bit uncomfortable. I am quite far forward over the handlebars, that's for sure. It doesn't feel massive. It feels great. It actually feels great. Still up, still up, still up, still up, and we're down. Hit the end button, get my feet on the floor. I am 5'10" and a half. Well, I used to be a half. I'm 5'10" now. Bad back. Compression discs. That is my left foot there, and that is the ball of my foot. Right one is also, it's kind of tippy toes balls of feet, but these are road bike boots, and they've got very thin soles. But I'm perfectly happy with this, perfectly comfortable. I'm now flat foot on the left with my foot up, right foot up on the peg. So I just should have my foot on the brake. Yeah, it doesn't feel... Yeah, right. D, revs. There we go. Come on, people. I haven't got air conditioning or a blower. Yeah, I mean, it's audible, but people say, I've heard people say that anyway, you can hear when it changes gear. Oh, that's better. Get some fresh air going. Okay, so we're going to be back at Sheldon's any second now. You've had a look round it, we've talked about it. Let me know, please, in the comment section down below what you think of the bike. And don't hold back. You haven't on any of the other videos, so feel free, go balls deep on it. This is considerably more expensive, when they're new, than a Honda CB500X or a Duke 390, a 390 Adventure, or a lot of other bikes. And that's understandable, because it must be an expensive bike to build this with a DCT. But it is head and shoulders above the other two bikes I've tried. And I mean, both of those are better than my Shiver, apart from speed and stability, as in, I'd say reliability probably. But this thing is head and shoulders above them, and it's light years ahead of my Aprilia Shiver, that's for sure. The only sad thing is I've got to ride back on the Aprilia Shiver now, so that's going to suck. Is there a petrol station there? No. Right, we're pretty much back. Well, people, what can I say? I seriously have to go home and think about this now, because I am seriously think this is absolute weapon, and it would be ideal for me, I think. Oh look, there's my bike. And there's me in the mirror looking cool as shit. Neutral, indicators off, stop button. Oh, itchy hooter. Oh yeah, and the indicators are sort of daytime running lights on the Honda. All of the Hondas actually. Okay. Right, let's go see Andy and give this back. Thank you for watching, guys. Say goodbye to the Africa Twin. That is one smart bike. Say hello to the Aprilia Shiver, which is also a smart bike. Hi, baby.